Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jacob Milton. I'm welcoming all of you to join us at We Are the People. Couple of subjects I want to discuss with you guys and share my feelings, as well as I'd like to have an opinion from someone who is familiar in regards to Bangladeshi politics and our society, as well as our economy and other law enforcement agencies and justice system. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of days ago, there was an election on December 30th. According to the social media and international news media, we already know that election was impartial, election was manipulated, it was a vote rigging, killing or other, etc. Current illegal ruler Hasina Sheikh, she made a statement and talking in the media like she's the heroine of the society. Well, what can I say? When a prostitute can put a freaking hijab and go to the mosque and says, I'm here for prayer, a mosque should not bear her go inside the mosque and pray. I don't know what way I can describe the character of Hasina Sheikh. Can I say that I'm really despondent in regards to the outcome of the election and the political situation in Bangladesh? Well, guess what? For the last 47 years, we tried to become optimistic in regards to our countries and existence of the sovereignty of our countries and nation. There's a 17 crore people's luck is on stake. And guess what? Political leader, social activist, and other people, sometimes they're talking on behalf of the people, but not in Bangladesh. In Bangladeshi media, whoever is talking in front of a camera, they're social prostitute. Not all of them. There are some people, they are really courageous people, they are really patriot, but how many of them I can say that they are really patriot? 2, 3, 5, no more than that. All those others, as I said, they're nothing but political and social prostitute. My name is Jacob Milton, and sometimes I am talking real fact because I'm sitting down in a place where individuals' freedom of speech and other things we can practice here. But in Bangladesh, hell no. Today, I invited one of the gentlemen. Professionally, he's a physician. On the other hand, he's a politically really savvy. He knows exactly the current condition of Bangladesh. He knows he's very familiar of the conditions of Bangladesh, as he is an editor of a newspaper called The Runner News. On the other hand, he is an internal medicine doctor working and affiliated with Good Samaritan Hospital in Islip, Long Island, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite all of you to meet our today's guest, Dr. Abdul Haq. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite all of you to meet our today's guest, very important guest, Dr. Abdul Haq. He happens to be the editor of a weekly newspaper called The Runner News. At the same time, he is affiliated with a hospital called Good Samaritan Hospital, which is located in Long Island, New York. And this gentleman, he's not only editing a newspaper, he is a social and community activist who is a patriot Bangladeshi. So meet Dr. Haq. Dr. Haq, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much for having me, for your very well circulated and well known talk show. My pleasure to be with you and put some of my opinion as I feel as a conscious, impartial Bangladeshi living in USA. I'll be more than happy to give my opinion. Thank you again for having me.
Sir, a couple of days ago, there was a parliamentary election. This is the 11th parliamentary election in Bangladesh. There was based on social media and news media, printing and electronics media. There was tons of killings, atrocities, vote rigging, forcing people not to vote, torch fire into their house, the way that election took place. By any means, can you considered that election as a free and fair election?
Of course not. Any conscious people, all the foreign media were there. They have their opinion, they have footage, they have shown pictures. BBC, I saw myself, boxes are being brought in even before the voting started. They are all concerned that, you know, that ruling party bouncer went most of all over the polling stations, and they occupied and they did whatever they want to, you know, even from the midnight of the election day. It's all circulated. This no way is an election, no way is an opinion of the people of Bangladesh for any way, any form. It could be accepted.
Bangladesh got their independence probably 1971, and it's like 47 years of our independence. Within these 47 years of history, you are a conscious Bangladeshi patriot, even though you are a US citizen and you are here going back, you are helping Bangladeshi people, still you are helping couple of creating job in Bangladesh. That's what you are doing. But based on your experience and knowledge, did you ever see this type of rigging, atrocities, killing in the name of election? Have you ever witnessed this type of things?
Thank you. No, I never personally witnessed. It's unimaginable by any human being think it of. We do hear this kind of things from other poorly developed countries all over the world, you know. I mean, African countries, some of this, you know, the dictatorial rulers are there for 10, 15, you know, maybe 20 years. You know, they do whatever they want to do to keep their power, killing people, you know, do so-called election to show the world media, you know, some kind of legitimacy. But I have never witnessed personally, no.
I'd like to take you back to a history, a country called Liberia. There was a president named Samuel Doe. We saw when Samuel Doe was the president of Liberia, President Reagan was the president of America. Right before Liberian election, he came to America, he met Ronald Reagan, and Ronald Reagan says, I'll do everything to get you elected and you'll be the president of Liberia. And guess what? Right after the election, he declared the winner of presidency, and in 4 to 5 months, he has been dragged out from his office by the People's Revolution, and they just literally slaughtered him on the broad daylight on the street. He lost his power. Do you think Bangladeshi people at this time went up to that level, get rid of this atrocious ruler?
Well, obviously, any autocratic government or power does not last forever. It's in the history. There is nowhere in the history. All of them have gone to the dustbin of garbage can of the history, some way, some form, either killed or jailed or whatever. Same thing happened to the father of Sheikh Hasina when he tried to establish one party ruler, and unfortunately he was killed. And they lost democracy for a period, and now she is doing the same thing again. Personally, I don't want to support any political party or any person, but I mean, this government claims they are doing some developments here and there, stuff like that. That's good. If they do it good job, everybody should appreciate. On the other hand, if you want to keep your good job, people to remember and respect you, you should give their opinion to give freely. And that's the way you keep your respect rest of your life and thereafter. So if you think you are popular, you are doing good thing, let the people vote freely. Give it to the people who can run fair and independent election. I mean that so-called non-party, or what is called that caretaker government. Don't tell them they will be non-government power there. No, those things are just to say. You know, it's a bad language. He said that's bullshit. You know, give a caretaker government with a limited time, Let them do the election and hand over if you are popular. If you are doing good job, you stay in power for your life. People will respect you. We will respect you. We would like to request you for the same thing. Get the lesson from the past. What happened to your father? We did not expect, we did not want it, but it had happened. It happened any autocracy ruler all over the world, anytime. I mean, the history repeats itself. Nobody can avoid the history. There is no single evidence I know of a autocratic ruler stayed power forever with respect and dignity.
Dr. Hawk, I have to ask you something. In 1971, it was not the choice of Bangladeshi people going to a war against Pakistan. It was not even the choice of our political leader, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. It was the choice of India to throw 7.5 crore people to go into an open war with Pakistan. Okay. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman tried to solve our difference with West Pakistan through a democratic process. That's why he too participated in election in 1970s. But guess what? India did everything to make Sheikh Mujibur Rahman fail into the conversation or negotiation with West Pakistanis. However, some way, one way or other, Bangladeshi people say, oh, okay, we got our independence. Fine. But right 37 years later or 40 years later, his daughter, just for the sake of staying in the power, she is giving up that so-called independence into the India's hand, that we don't need a state right now. Just keep me at the power as a prime minister. A couple of days ago, I had a conversation. I was talking to some people in law enforcement. I says, what is going on? You are army, you are RAB, you are police, you are BCP. Why you took the side of Hasina Sheikh, not the side of Bangladesh? And their response was, well, why you guys are blaming us? It is Hasina Sheikh who signed a defense treaty with India, and Bangladesh Armed Forces Service, RAB, BJP and police are not the direct command of Bangladeshi government. We are under India's command. Indian government asked us to support Hasina Sheikh's election to get her elected by any means. That's what we did. Do you really think Bangladesh truly had our real independence at this time?
Unfortunately, yeah, that's the way it is. Going through, that we been under Pakistan control. We needed our autonomy, our maybe better independence. I personally always respect a person. Politicians all over the world are usually, most of the time they lie, they are not honest. However, only one person I respect is a honest, dedicated, really wanted the Bengali or Bangladeshi, whoever religion, caste they are, will be prosperous independently is Maulana Bashani. Dedicated person, he lived in a hut, have millions of followers, spiritual, religious, wanted the Bangladesh should be independent. In my opinion, personally, I feel he should be the father of nation of Bangladesh, or at least the dreamer of the Bangladesh. I'm not going to go for any political decision on pushing anything against any present law. However, that's my personal opinion. We needed independence. We are under Pakistani rule, or whatever way. The way things goes and proves, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, I didn't think so. He personally himself was in favor of any kind of independence in Bangladesh. But anyway, it happened. India wanted. Definitely, it was a big gain for India, because Pakistan was that time India's, almost equal, enemy or rivalry. So they made Pakistan weak, and after that, definitely we are under the same indirect way of Indian, control, and our independence is not there. By name we are independent country, but in no way any kind of we see either strategically or administrative wise we have any independence decision to do. So we feel that to be real prosperous, we have to get our complete independence, but we never got it practically.
One thing, I'm not going to prolong this conversation because already world media already know, they already knew what exactly happened on December 30th. But nowadays, Hasina Sheikh is holding a press conference and saying Bangladeshi people voted for her. Bangladeshi people are so happy the way she's running the country. Is it a mockery, or this is a complete lie on the face of the earth to deprive 17 crore Bangladeshi people to exercise their voting right, their freedom of speech, and they are just one person, for the sake of one person's greed, the 17 crore people become a hostess under her? And do you think there is any way that 17 crore people can come out from that so-called prison named Bangladesh?
Yeah, as I mentioned, autocracy in the world never lasts long. My feeling, even the day will come, India themselves will be fed up with supporting an autocrat government. Definitely this is just a joke. She's saying that people voted for her. Yes, we do see picture in the media too. Police officers,
those who are doing that,
they are coming with the
voting ballot boxes are filled.
After the vote, they are coming with the flower necklaces.
Yeah,
and congratulating with the winner, so-called winner of Awami League. And the bottom news is the people voted for them, congratulating the winner. Yes, wow. Who voted for them? The police and their people made them to vote. It's not the general public.
We are end of our discussion. We're going to. I'm going to ask you the last question. All those killings, rape, kidnap, took place with the help of India at the time of the election and before election. Suddenly, all over the world, everyone knew that election was not fair. It was just farce, big farce in the name of the election. But guess what? It is India who endorsed this election as free and fair election. What are you gonna say of India's endorsement of this election?
Okay, so let India have the same kind of election and do this for their own, see if they can do it. If the today's power in BJP, let the BJP do the same way election happen in Bangladesh. Not other people to vote, occupy all the centers. Let them run this kind of election and show we are doing the same election, so we are supporting the Bangladesh. India can do that for himself even.
But they're supporting
support the Bangladesh.
What is happening?
It's a completely hypocrisy, ludicrous, and just to maintain the to be a occupying force of another small country, Sheikh, Bhutan,
Okay.
Like
I have another funny question I will ask you, and then I'm gonna conclude. People, those who says we were a freedom fighter, we fought in 1971, and this time is supporting Awami League and Hasina Sheikh. Do you think they truly are freedom fighter, or they are the same Rajakar of India, that they are playing a role to destroy our sovereign nation and right now taking side with India? Do you think they are really a freedom fighter?
I think there are some freedom fighters. I have some relatives, they are in Awami League. I know they are used to good people. Sometime I met them, I said, look, I know you are a good people, so why you are supporting this kind of undemocratic activity? They smile, once they have power, they become MP, they become minister, they get all the wealth, did not have anything from their parents. I know them personally, so it's a matter of personal gain. And there are some freedom fighters I know still in Awami League, but I think the way things were, most of them are fake. I know them also on the other hand. They are in ministerial level long time. What they did, they sit in the India, Kolkata, and played game and doing maybe other unsocial activity, and after with the name of that he was Awami League or Bakshal, came back and took over the power. Personally, I know some of the freedom fighter, good people, used to be good. Now I don't know, are there, but a lot of them are fake. That's true. Yeah.
Dr. Haq, thanks for being here, and I'm really happy. I'm being honored to have you on the show.
Yeah.
And in the future, we're gonna do more show. And if you'd like to say something to Bangladeshi people directly, please do that.
Thank you. As I mentioned, as a conscious Bangladeshi American here, we still feel for our country. It breaks our heart. Someday everything will be exploded, and again a massacre, or something like that may happen. I don't support it any way, any form. But this happens. The history says it in all autocratic government, some way or some form. So, I have the appeal to the opposition parties, running government parties, again and again I'm saying, normally, Sheikh Hasina, if you feel you are doing good thing, let the people judge independently. You will be respected forever, you will live forever, maybe by like a mother of a nation. But if you keep doing what is happening, no, the history will throw you in the dustbin anyway one day. And hopefully someday the Bangladeshi people will see the true independence. We hope and we pray for that. It's difficult, but there is no other way to survive as an independent nation with our culture, with our heritage, rich heritage. We lose everything. So these people, they should be conscious. All the people, including all the politicians. I'm pretty sure there are good people in Awami League, good people in other areas. Please realize, make the government, make everybody realize what's the real, true policy to make a nation prosperous and live until the last day. I am a believer as an independent, prosperous nation, not as a slave or under somebody's mercy and under occupation. And that's all I have to say. It's my request to everybody. So please realize, come to the truth, and respect your country, respect your people, respect your heritage, and be honest and be fair and be respected. So whoever in power or whoever wants to come in power. Thank you.
Dr. Haq, thanks for coming to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Based on the report I got from Bangladesh, that the way on December 30th that election took place, there is no way someone can claim it was a free and fair election. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard my guest, the way he described the condition of that election and the way he was referring to international printing and electronics media. There is no way hell, not only him or me, anyone can claim that in a civilized nation, in a 21st century, this type of atrocity can take place in the name of the election. As I mentioned earlier, that in order of the survival of a nation, a country has no choice but to hold free and fair election. And it's been proven that Hasina Sheikh is not the person that Bangladeshi people can trust. In the past, Bangladesh Nationalist Party or any other political party did not participate in their election process. Why? They knew that election would be completely unreal, unethical, and with the name of the election, there will be tons of killings and rape. So now, it's already been proven on December 30th. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna come back again with a different guest, with a different subject. But the subject would be how we can be helpful to rebuild our nation Bangladesh, how we can bring back our country into our hand and become a prosperous nation. Thank you for watching us. I'll see you next time.